Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick video because I noticed something on Steam, and I noticed that it's been 4 years, 1 month, um, nearly exactly 1 month anyway. It's been like one year and 29 days since I did a video, which was called Sims 4's Daylight Robbery. So you could count this as Sims 4's Daylight Robbery, the epilogue, or part 2. Maybe we'll have Sims 4's Daylight Robbery in the epilogue when Sims 5 gets announced or releases. We'll see. But I wanted to quickly compare what my estimate was to what it actually is. Now I will say the one thing that is wrong in my math as well is that in this original video is that I tried to estimate it for the next 5 years of releases. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. So I tried to estimate for 5 years, we're actually at 4 years. And the game is more expensive than my guess would be after 5 years. My guess after 5 years was £726.75. When you go into Steam, you can buy the game for $35.99 or for $44.99, or you can get the deluxe with cats and dogs for $52.78. Or you can get deluxe plus seasons for $52.78. So how much DLC is enough in this game? 46. 2 of them are free, and the rest of them are paid for. So yeah. For the price of the actual game, which is $34.99, you can get one expansion pack. One expansion pack is the same price as the base game. So if you want one expansion pack, you need to pay what the price of the base game is worth. That's a bit scummy, EA, but it is EA. EA are scum. Poor Maxis. Reputation's in the complete dirt because of shit like EA. The shit that they do. Maxis have to work for them. It's like, The Sims is so dead to me. I will never pay for The Sims. Ever. It's a waste of money. And I don't want to feed the greed of Sims. Of EA. Because I don't know if Maxis is to blame. Maxis actually seems like they're dedicated to making a good game. It's just they were fucked over from the get-go. The game was released way too early. It was originally a online game that they then stripped apart into a single-player game. They weren't given time to finish the fucking game. The game was early in development because they had to stop the online bit and then release a single-player game. And the only reason that game came out when it did was to please shareholders. Where did we hear that? Oh yeah, Cyberpunk. Yeah, remember that? How they released it because shareholders. And because they wanted sales. It's like, nobody learned from The Sims. The Sims was a Cyberpunk situation, but not as big of a deal because The Sims isn't Cyberpunk. $754.56. That is how much all of this costs. With the base game, that would be $789.55. So, this game is more expensive 4 years, not 5 years, as my prediction was. I thought this game would be cheaper in 5 years than it would be in 4 years. Why you would ever think about spending nearly £760? So we'll round it down. Why would you ever spend £750 on a video game? How can you be so incredibly fucking stupid to spend that kind of money on a video game? It's a video game. You shouldn't have to spend 750 quid on one game. That is a ridiculous amount. Now, if it was a free-to-play game and it had all these updates coming out, yeah, fair enough. You might spend more than you realize you're going to spend. If it's microtransactions, developers, fuck off. I get it. Microtransactions is free-to-play. They need microtransactions so we can make money. Yes, but when they're as expensive as this shit is, it ain't okay. It just ain't. You cannot justify doing something that expensive. Like I was looking at Fortnite the other day. You know how expensive Fortnite is for one skin? One character skin. It's like 2,500 coins. It's like £16. Or you can get like a crappier skin for 1,500. That's still like £8. It's expensive For one skin, and kids are playing these games. No wonder they're making so much fucking money. It's so overpriced. That amount of money for a character skin. And not to add on like all the different add-ons you get for each character, and it's so expensive. It is ridiculous, and the rate that you win those fucking coins at is so slow. Like, these free-to-play games are piles of wank designed just to get as much money out of you as possible. Please stop paying for loot boxes. Stop paying for microtransactions. They're a fucking waste of your time and money, and they're bad for gaming as a whole. If you play a game, you should be unlocking these items. You should be earning these items. You shouldn't have to pay for them. I've fallen for this shit in the past with Counter-Strike. You know, I was like, oh, loot boxes, that's kind of cool. This is a system I've never seen before. You shouldn't have to pay for loot boxes. You shouldn't. Again, then the whole reason that the loot box was a thing is because you could sell those gun skins and make money on the market. And that's the whole reason it happened, is because, like, oh, if I get really lucky with one case, I could get an £800 gun, and then that's it, £800, I can buy a bunch of games, you know, blah, blah, blah. Or I can sell that to someone through PayPal, get 800 quid into my bank account, you know, and that's the reason they did it. And they were like, hey, this is gambling, if it works out, I'm going to win. And it's the same shit in FIFA and that lot. It's like, oh, I'm going to spend this money. If I win, I'm going to be a bigger advantage than the other guy. Unless, of course, you know, the guy who works for EA, who was like, oh, no, we made an incredibly fair game. Even if you buy the packs to speed it up, you're still having a fair. No, the fucking not, and you fucking know it. Don't lie like that, because it's so. If you're going to lie, at least make it convincing. But don't even lie in the first place. That would be an even better lesson to take from this, you heartless piece of shit. Fuck you. These games aren't worth this amount of money. Do not support these games by buying them at full price. Honestly, in this kind of money, I fully justify pirating these pieces of shit games if you really want to play them. Do not pay for this shit. Do not. I love The Sims. Cannot justify this. It is too expensive. It's bullshit, quite frankly, how expensive and how much they think that this should be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed. It's absolute fucking bullshit that they think they can get away with this. And EA, you greedy fucks. You absolute greedy fucks. Go fuck yourself. If you're thinking about buying these, please don't. If you have the money, just don't. Don't support this shit, because it's not good for consumers in the long run. It's not good for you in the long run. And for people that are poorer like me, this is impossible to pay for. Not that I'd ever want to, but if I really, really wanted this, and I'm like, I'm so addicted and I love this so much that I really want it, that amount of money would fucking take me so long to save up, and it would bankrupt me. You know? It would completely fuck me over. So don't support things being this expensive. It's a fucking video game. No video game should cost £750. That is a ridiculous amount to ask for, and it's just pure greed on EA's part. Do not support this. Do not think that this is acceptable, because it isn't. And thank you for watching.